These are the tales and ramblings of two men, their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Powered by Riverside.
Good morning, Skippy.
Top of the muffin to you, fella.
That is the best part.
I know. That's why. Top of the muffin to you.
You are the top of the muffin.
I more have a lot of muffin top. But
I just noticed that we are flipped in YouTube.
oh, well, good. I like to be on
You're
the other side.
I don't know that it's ever been that way before.
Well, our tens of listeners will.
I wonder why.
You shouldn't have said something and should have put it as a comment. Like, please comment on what's different.
No one would know unless they watch both streams.
Like I said,
Who's going to do that?
Our tens of listeners.
It's a struggle to get people to listen one time, let alone two. Sorry about all the extra noise today, everybody. It's Labor Day. Kids are home.
Did you know that U.S. and fun fact about Labor Day, U.S. and Canada both celebrate it. However, Canada
makes everybody work longer.
I don't know about that. I cannot confirm nor deny their working practices. They've celebrated it longer than the United States.
Oh. Meanwhile, in China, it's National Forced Labor Day in China. So get back to work, kids.
Isn't that most days in China?
Yeah.
I tell you, it's a great day. Today's just a great. What is it? Hold on. Good day to have a great day. Is that what they say?
That's a thing. It's also a great day to save a life if you are a Grey's Anatomy McDreamy fan.
I was not a Mick anything fan, other than McDonald's when I was a kid.
I was going to say. You got a problem with the McRib?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me too. It's pretty awful.
It's how so many people look forward to that per year is just amazing.
You know, it's just the sauce. The patty itself is disgusting. I've eaten one without sauce on it, right off the grill. It's not good.
You can buy those same patties at Aldi.
Yeah, it's not great. That barbecue sauce they use though is not horrible, and I don't know what it is. What sauce it is?
It's nice and tangy.
Yeah. Back when I worked there, I used to buy some. So.
Back when you were doing your catering on the side.
No, I wasn't cooking professionally outside of there at all.
Just kidding.
Or amateurly.
Amateurly.
Tell you what, though, that would have been a great thing because they let us buy stock, so I could order a case of hamburger patties for $3.
Well, with inflation, they're only $4.50 now.
Why is my phone blowing up?
I don't know. So we are now into September.
Yeah.
This is my first full month back.
It's about fucking time.
Tell me about it. Well, I'll start off the week because I know everybody's been asking about my follow. Oh, geez, oh, Pete, I'm doing the same thing. My follow-up appointment for my knee that happened this past Wednesday, and I am healing ahead of schedule.
Excellent. Look at you being an overachiever.
I am Superman. If he was fat and short. The X-ray vision would be so great, though. For all our new listeners, because I know we've got tens of new listeners.
YouTube is blowing up right now.
Yeah, it is.
We have 0 active listeners.
They'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, they're all sleeping in. Bunch of punks.
Well, does this food truck thing. Anyway, so I tore my what's called a quadriceps tendon, the tendon that connects your kneecap to your quad. They repaired it back in middle of July. This was my 6-week appointment. It was the 28th, this past Wednesday, and I no longer am required to wear the brace, which is good.
Excellent.
He did recommend it just because my quadricep probably still has a little bit of atrophy to it, but I just take it as slow as I can, which is normal speed for me. And other than that, I'm going to call and start PT, or to schedule PT. They said they were going to call me, and I didn't receive any phone calls last week. So it is still very, very tight. I have about 90 degrees of mobility, which is exactly what he wanted. But the biggest thing he said was, quote unquote, no restrictions.
Excellent.
And I made the mistake of not asking what that meant. So, like, can I run? Can I jump? Can I, am I able to do anything normally now? I can tell you going upstairs is still pretty tough.
How much running and jumping were you doing previous to this injury?
Well, I would jump at least twice every day to get my serving window closed. So
I really need to put a strap on mine.
Yes,
it's driving me nuts.
I have to.
I feel like the dumbest person when I have to do my little hop to reach the window.
You do a hop. I'm trying to dunk a 10-foot basket. That's what it looks like for me. When I fall, I don't just fall. I create a fault line. So anyway, we've managed. We're doing. We did cafe update. We did get a quote for the floor to be done.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking
$9,000.
We were thinking 6, 7, or 8, somewhere in that area. No, this company really likes their shit. $13,500 for 425 square feet of tile.
That sounds right. So my main floor, we were gonna, because the dogs have destroyed the carpet from when they were puppies. So we were just gonna redo it all in laminate. But we have laminate in sections of our main floor already, so obviously you're not gonna match perfectly.
No,
which would drive me nuts. So yeah, just redo the whole thing. And we were like 15 for 3 rooms.
So this was,
and it wasn't even like top of the line.
This was for the basic, like 48 cent per piece of tile, but there were 6x6 pieces.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to end up doing VCT, which is another approved tile that the entire material should cost us about $1,500. And the owner's going to work on that hopefully by the 23rd of September. So that Monday is, I'm hoping, when I can start moving equipment in, because I really would like to get going in October.
Nice.
So considering I did my numbers today, I'm down 6% for the year because taking all that time off.
Excellent. Well, let's get to numbers a little bit later. We're going to try something a little different. Those that are listening via the recording. Part 1 and part 2.
They're not listening to YouTube. They'll listen to the recording.
They'll get it later. We're going to try something new this week. The part 1 and part 2 aren't going to both be posted today. Part 1 will get posted today. Part 2 will get posted on Wednesday or Thursday. So you may hear another Riverside intro about halfway through the show today. And that is our clean break moving into part 2. So. Another clean break over there. I'm thinking that it'll probably be after we get through, our full weeks of how the week went and shit. So it usually takes us about a half hour, 45 minutes to get through that. So, yeah.
So I almost cried because of a good thing past week.
That's good.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing. So
Rick almost cried too.
Who did?
Rick. We broke his brain on Saturday, so we'll get to that.
Wait to that. We made a return to our normal roadside spot in the Brooklyn of Michigan that we haven't been to since Please hold.
Mhm.
Since
So yeah, I want to break down all our numbers in the second half of the show today. So
January 11th, I haven't been there. Or July 11th, I haven't been there. And I was very, very concerned that when I came back, that they'd forget about me, or nobody would stop, or whatever. And it was a hot day. We probably had one of our best days there, like ever, and it was phenomenal. We had regulars stop. We had new people. People talk about the cafe opening. They're all excited about that. So I'm cautiously optimistic about the whole situation. And then we're that was just. I had a really shitty week as far as sales go, except for that day. But other than that, it was good. That made me very, very happy, fella.
what do you attribute the poor sales week to?
I mean, it was like 3 levels of hell most of the week.
It wasn't that hot all week, was it? I thought we only had a couple days that were. It was muggy though. Even on the cooler days, it was pretty muggy.
I was supposed to do a subdivision on Tuesday, and I rescheduled it because it was 3 levels of hell that day, along with storms that were coming through. So I didn't want to drive an hour and then drive an hour back at 8:00 at night, driving through storms and.
Yeah, I think you guys got more of the storms than we did too. We got pretty lucky here. So
we got a couple funnel clouds.
I saw Bubba's. Bubba had some
Yes.
friend of the show. Bubba had some pretty significant tree damage and trees on his trailer. So, but looks like he was able to go a day later. Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I saw the one. His propane cage was pretty well dented.
Yes, I saw
So
that as well.
luckily nothing bad there. Could have been a whole lot worse.
I would attribute poor sales to poor booking, personally. Wednesday was a little maker's market. I did like $500. It was slow. I knew.
Have you been there before?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's mainly because the organizer is such a nice lady, and it's 20 minutes away from home.
Yeah.
So let's keep a good relationship going.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, it might turn into something more. I think I catered a graduation party for her. And the other one was a campground, and campgrounds are hit or miss every single time. I asked other trucks that have been there, and I'll get your opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to, let's say, a new subdivision or a new venue for you that, let's say, another barbecue truck has been to in the past,
mm-hmm.
do you, if you're familiar with their food, and let's say your sales aren't as good as what, if you reach out to them, what their sales were, would you attribute it to poor, like people don't want to try a different truck because the truck they already tried sucked? Because I'll tell you why I'm asking this.
I think that might have, if people have a couple bad experience, like if their only experience is the food trucks that come to their neighborhood and they've been less than impressed with a couple of them or the two that they went to or whatever, then yeah, I can see people being kind of turned off and back to that whole, food trucks are not good food at a premium price type of thing. There is such a small number of other food trucks that I trust what they're actually telling me as far as their sales numbers.
I could see that.
People like to inflate to make things look better than they are for them. So, they think so they can look like their business is doing better than what it might be. I don't think there's any ill intent. I think they just self-inflate.
Yeah.
Whether they're in denial of what they actually did or not, or they don't know. So they're just guessing high. But there's a couple that I typically don't reach out to other trucks.
So only reason I did is because I know these people, like the person that booked me actually lives at this campground full time, like through the winter and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's the nicest lady in the world. She does all these vendor markets that for food trucks, they suck, but for vendor markets, they do great.
Right.
But so because I'm her husband's favorite truck, she asked if I'd come. I said, it's Labor Day weekend. I really probably got nothing going on. So sure, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So she told me, I said, have you asked what other trucks have done as far as sales go, tickets, whatever? Give me an idea. And they said between like 2 to 3,000. I'm like, okay, all right, well, maybe. You good? Okay. So then I asked what trucks came out, and she told me. So I messaged the other barbecue truck. He's like, yeah, we did about 1,500 in sales. I'm like, okay, 1,500. All right, not bad. I'll cook enough. And we definitely did not do 1,500. I think we did just shy of 900. But the one constant comment I got was, "Wow, this stuff is better than the last barbecue truck we had."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Son of a bitch, did he ruin it for the rest of us?" So when she messaged me and asked how it went, I was brutally honest with her. I said, if I come back, I want to be the only barbecue truck that year, or I want to arrive before any other barbecue trucks you might have.
Well, and campgrounds are different though because it's such a high turnover of people outside of the, those people that have a slot for the year.
This one had 200 seasonals, so people that are there every year.
My God.
And what?
It's just so many.
It is, and it wasn't. I was very surprised with how it looked. I mean, it looked like, have you ever been to remember Silver Lake and Jellystone?
Mm-hmm.
It looked very similar to that, like very, very similar,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing. Yeah, you got kids and they're talking. I can tell. They're all.
Well, there's 2 more coming soon.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's not going to get quieter.
I was going to say, did your wife lock herself in the basement because of that? Anyway, so yeah, that was our weekend. We had a wedding yesterday that went. So we were the wedding venue was acting as quote unquote the coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
and this person booked me without trying our food, and then came and tried our food, and then changed his order to what he tried. So of course I had to send out a whole new invoice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? It's $10 difference. I'm just gonna eat the cost and make whatever you want. It was a wedding for like 35 people in this nice, beautiful wedding venue.
Mm-hmm.
We did a full 12 pounds of brisket, like 30 chicken legs, and a full pan of mac and a couple of sides. And yeah, it was Saturday. I text him. I said, "Hey, I'm going through my notes. I don't see that you agreed on a time for service." And he's like, "Wait, what? Didn't the venue contact you?" I'm like, "Are you using a wedding planner? If so, give me their number and I'll talk to them."
Mm-hmm.
So then I get a call from the venue, like freaking out, like, "Oh, what? We sent you an email. You didn't? What happened? What's going on? It's the day before the wedding. You're freaking this guy out." Come to find out, they've mistyped my email wrong, so I never got the email. So we got it figured out. And I said, "Hey, I will message the gentleman back and just let him know, hey, there was an email that was sent. Unfortunately, it was a mistake. We'll get you taken care of. Don't worry."
Well, if it's your only thing for the day, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. And I find it funny that the venue did not want me to contact him, and I'm like, but I let him know that I wasn't purposely missing something.
Right.
So I didn't call him. I spoke to him at the wedding, and I said, "Hey, just to let you know, I wasn't doing something on purpose. There was an email that was sent out I didn't get. I just want to make sure that you understand that." He's like, "You're here now. That's all I care about." I'm like,
yeah.
done. He had the greatest looking cornrows in too, like just full, nice, good looking cornrows.
Nice.
Because he had a fro the last time I saw him. Anyway, beautiful couple, and today's Labor Day. So, and we got a full week this week. Full week.
Excellent.
Full week. I'm so happy about it.
As far as campgrounds go, so
yeah, talk about
I went back and looked because Labor Day is always, one of those. I don't know. Holiday weekends are just always iffy for me. I have a hard time scheduling them, and so I look back at last year. We weren't in Nuevo last year, so we were filling in. We did campgrounds on Saturday and Sunday. It's 2 different campgrounds, and yeah, we did like 17, 18 at each one.
Yeah.
So we've had hit and miss luck with campgrounds. The one we continue to go to, Tyler Creek, has been consistent.
It's great.
It's typically a $1,300, $1,400 day, which is fine for me. It's a lower day than we would love to have on a Saturday or Sunday, but I know what we're going to get when we're there because it's pretty much the same number every time we go.
And realistically, it's an easy day.
Yeah,
a decent amount of cash. Yeah,
and that is fine for us every once in a while. We don't mind. With as crazy as we go, sometimes
every day.
Yeah, we had enough of that this month. Yeah, it's so yeah. I mean, everything was I'm glad you had a good weekend. And I here's a thing that I would love for Square to have, for you to be able to put notes in your sales report. For you to, at the end of the day, to pull an end of day sales report and be able to enter notes.
I can see that.
Would be awesome to have in there just to put out like a location.
Yeah.
Here's where we were. That way, when you pull your numbers for the day, you can look right there and say, "Oh, that's where we were."
So I have my Google Calendar synced. Yep,
synced.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
to my website.
Mm-hmm.
So when they click on an event, they can see any note that I type in.
Yeah, which is what I don't like.
Which I hate that, because you have to put it as private to be able to,
Yeah.
I'm like, and it doesn't show the event title if you put it as private. It's just this private event.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, there's some of that I don't care for.
I think I'm doing a different calendar so I can make notes of where I was, or make notes of what I did where I was at.
Yeah, and that's great, but you still have to go to 2 different spots to find it. And
correct.
So when I pulled our sales number for the Friday of Labor Day weekend, we had done like $2,400 for the day. Okay. And I knew we were at Wiseman for lunch, and I thought we only did lunch because you know what? Our weekly schedule posts only had Wiseman from 11 to 2. So I'm looking at the hourly, like we have sales from 4 to 7.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, it's not a private event. It wasn't a catered event. So clearly we had something going on. So I look on there, can't find it. Look in my paper calendar, nothing there but Wiseman from 11 to 2. I'm like, well, what the F, man? So I scroll through a year's worth of Facebook posts on our page to try to find the daily post to see if there's something there. And we had a subdivision that we were able to add on after the weekly schedule was done. So we just added it on. But yeah, it took the time spent trying to figure out what we did that day. Yeah. Whereas, when we close out a drawer, it'd be so nice just to be able to type in something there.
Absolutely.
And maybe that's just unique to, clearly food trucks because we move around, but it would be a nice feature to have all that in one spot. Because we've done journals where we've tracked weather and number of transactions and how many specials, what the special was and how many we sold that day type of thing. Yeah. But that's cumbersome,
For sure.
And you start, you miss a couple of days and all of a sudden it's like, well, this is now worthless. So hold on, I'm going to close this door.
I was going to say, Josh is recording from the Joe Louis Arena prior to demolition.
Lord help us.
No, Lord is not available for your problems.
Yeah, I'm used to that. Oh, I'm sorry. We have some comments on Facebook. One of the services, YouTube. Thank you very much. I had my calendar up for when we got
our tens of listeners back. Yes.
Yeah, we are. Currently 2, but
let me guess. Justin.
Steve Rodriguez said, "Good morning." By the way, not sleeping in. Bernie, who's on vacation, checking in from Boothbay Harbor, Maine. First day off since May. Life is good. Have a great show. Thank you.
Nice place.
And then, Mama Fran said, make a suggestion to Square. Yep, I make suggestions to Square all the time. You get to see any of my brilliant ideas implemented.
Yeah, that's tough.
But
Square doesn't like those type of suggestions because they will not do anything.
but yes, I fully intend to at the end of the year, I kind of compile an email of things we'd love to see. So had some things that have been changed and changed back and changed back again. So the whole change staying on the screen on a cash order, if you don't have if you don't have the receipt screen pop up for the customers so they can select a receipt. So we don't have that option for them anymore because we had so many people just hitting print receipt and then we hand them a receipt. Oh, I don't need that. Going through an extra roll of paper every 2 weeks. It was insane. So we took the option away. So now if they pay with cash, it just flashes on the screen. It's there for a second and then disappears. So if you're talking to the customer, being sociable and, doing your job, you can miss it. So if you don't remember what the total was to begin with, or if you're halfway through cash or counting, it was kind of a pain in the butt. So something that changed in one of the updates recently to where it was staying up.
Okay. And
then it went away again. So I think it is again back. So I don't know if they were just having some bugs with it or whatever, but was happy to see that it was staying on the screen. Made it a lot easier for everybody to not have to guess sometimes on change or go through and pull transactions, which not all our people have access to. Welcome Flava Fusion on TikTok. Hello.
Flava Flav.
Yeah, instead of a clock on their necklace, it's a shaker bottle.
I was thinking a ThermoWorks timer, but
both work.
Go with it. Did you see the new ThermoWorks product, by the way?
They've been all over all my stuff. I haven't really looked though.
So you've heard of the Meteor probe, right? The wireless probe.
The wireless, yeah.
They came out with one. And I bought it. It's on pre-order, but I'm just going to ship this month so I can use it for the rotisserie. But supposedly it's supposed to, their Bluetooth technology, they showed a graph of what happens to Bluetooth through like a thick smoker wall, and it just diminishes like as soon as it goes through. He says they swear theirs don't. And I love ThermoWorks product. Anybody listening, I love ThermoWorks products. I have 2 ThermoPens and a handful of dots, and I will probably get the Node, which is a what are you laughing at?
I gotta answer this question, and it's one I get a lot from Flava Fusion on TikTok. How do you go live with less than 1,000 followers?
Carefully.
So you can use TikTok's Live Studio to go live, which is designed for desktop sharing for like gamers and stuff. So that is what we're using. I can't go live with my phone off the app, like in the truck, like a lot of other people do. I have to use the studio. So I have to use my laptop in order to do it. And I'm just sharing the screen that is on my other screen. Hope that answers the question. But yeah, TikTok Live Studio for the desktop is the way you have to go until you get to 1,000. So make sure you follow us though, and I would love to get to 1,000 so we can do some easier live streaming on the truck. Is the goal.
Can't you use the studio? I assume is not an app, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, Live Studio is not an app.
Could you do it on like a tablet?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried.
Maybe I'll try with mine.
So, Bernie Fireboard came out with wireless thermometer as well. I prefer Fireboard over ThermoWorks, just my opinion. I'm a big Fireboard person too. I got one of their instant read thermometers, which is pretty nice. I did notice that they do have some wireless probes too. I have no need for them yet. Flava Fusion's also trying to live stream from the truck. Yeah, there's some good opportunity out there. A lot of trucks are having some pretty solid success with doing that. If we ever got to the rotisserie part, potentially, especially if we were running overnight and I had an overnight person, that I would feel more comfortable monitoring temperatures than going off a feel. Right now, 90% of the time, I have a pretty good idea of when my stuff's going to be done within a half an hour to an hour, So yeah, I don't keep too close an eye on temps. Everything is so freaking consistent with our cooks every day. So
with the rotisserie, I'm still trying to figure out time.
yeah.
That's what's got me.
And yeah, you can't really have those wired with a rotisserie.
Yeah, they don't really work.
No, you need a really long cable, and then have to run the rotisserie in reverse at the end of your cook.
Yes, that wouldn't. Yes.
No bueno.
No bueno.
Yeah, so the fireboard, my pen, my instant read for that will actually, it sends it to my phone too, so I can see it on my phone and the little display on the smoker. So it sends that, it connects to everything, which is kind of cool. But if I'm just instant reading stuff, yeah. But it has an additional port on it too, so I could plug in another probe to that if I wanted to monitor. But anyways, on to my week.
Please, I want to hear about everything.
We had a week. Let me get back over to my.
I saw some lines.
Lines. Oh yeah. If those that are watching on YouTube, can you let me know if the video is showing? Because I'm just getting a spinning circle on my preview screen, and it says it's connected and going. So I'm just trying to make sure. September, August, last week, August. What the hell did we do? It was the first week back from the UTV. It was probably our most normal week we've had in months as far as catering, not catering. We didn't have I think we had one private event, and that was on Saturday, and that was only semi-private. Other than that, it was a lot of roadside. Tuesday was the hottest day, I think, right? That sounds right. Slowish day. Even though we had a couple of solid locations booked, our usual place in Dutton at the insurance place was okay. Lowing Woods subdivision, which is usually a banger. That's a solid $1,000 dinner. Most times we're there, usually about 1,200. And we did 5,500 or not 5,500, 550.
I was going to say, shit.
Yeah, we had a lot of food. We did like 550.
How can I book that place? It'd be it's worth a 2-hour drive.
Yeah, it was hot. It was awful. It was, and that was the day we did have some rain come through. It actually got pretty chilly after one little quick storm came through. So yeah, I mean, and we cooked accordingly. I don't know that we could have done much more than we did. Probably a couple $100 is all we had left for food wise. So we knew it was not going to be the busiest day. Wednesday, back to the airport. And I tell you what, man,
seems to be going well for you. That
airport gig, I had my concerns, especially with the number of trucks that they get there. It's a good one, and we're going to sign up for all of them next year. The key there is location.
Where you park, kind of thing.
Where you're parked and it's first come, first serve. So start serving at 10. The park opens at 7, I think, and you park yourself. So you just line up. So the first one there is in the first spot, and then everybody lines up behind. So that first spot is where people walk in, and you want to be near the front. So we were the first ones there this last week. Chris was the first one there. Another very popular barbecue truck was also scheduled that day. Saladino Smoke. They were the second ones there. So he originally had parked right up behind us and then said, I'm gonna back up, give us some space between the two barbecue vendors, which was probably not the best idea for him. He probably would have been better off being right next to us.
Yeah.
Looking down, judging from just observations, I would guess he did half the number we did. And it's very good food. He does very well everywhere he goes. My only thought is people just didn't make it down that far. They saw barbecue and stopped, type of thing. You know,
Yeah, they didn't need to go see another barbecue.
yeah, we're going for barbecue. We're going to stop at the barbecue truck that we are at. So, maybe not. I don't know. So yeah, but yeah, that's always been pretty consistent. I think we did 13 for lunch on a hot,
Jeez.
muggy day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what it's been. I don't think we've done less than 12. So, it's a 10 to 4. Their survey that they released that they've had a lot of feedback about allowing trucks to leave at 2 because they don't let you leave at 2. If you left early, they pulled you from the rest of your events. They wanted everybody there until 4 o'clock. Because that's what they were advertising to everybody. So they didn't want everybody pulling out and then having people show up for food and not have food. So they asked if they had options for just until 2 o'clock or until 4 or even possibly through dinner. Would that be something that everybody would interest? I'm open to all 3 options, you know, depending on what else we might be able to have going on. Yeah. I think dinner could be probably a good thing out there. Potentially. It'd be something be worth trying for us, you know? So I'm looking forward to that. Thursday, we were expecting it to be a slowish day, and it didn't disappoint. Just a couple of our not greatest locations that we have on schedule. One of the Corwell Beltline, which has been the most frustrating location for us this year because they are putting a ginormous addition onto that building. And there is probably 150 construction guys there, and we only see 2 or 3 of them. And we are parked right next to the trailers, their construction trailers. And they just don't know we're there until we get there. So the communication doesn't get to them ahead of time. And we hear it every time we're there. Yeah, man, would have been awesome to know if you guys were going to be here so we could prepare and not bring lunches. And it's like, well, shit. Or a lot of those guys are just eating wherever they're working inside the building, you know, and don't even know we're there. So, yeah, when they announced the construction, we were pretty damn excited about it. And then, yeah, it just has not been super great. So that might be one that's considered a no-go for next year. We'll see. But we did provide dinner for the Rockford marching band that night. So that takes some of the sting out of a slower night.
How are the Gricos?
I don't know. I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
Chris just dropped that off because we had dinner service on the opposite side of the greater Grand Rapids area. Rockford's pretty close to where he lives. So gotcha. He did that and just headed home from there. So it's great. We do it every year. You know, pretty simple menu. We give them a huge discount because it's, you know, for the band. So take care of the band nerds and on we go. We had band nerds are awesome, man. I have nothing against them. I mean that with respect and sincerity for the band nerds.
Because one time at band camp.
Yes, that's right. Bernie said Firebore. Oh, never mind.
We'll wait on that one, bud.
We already did that one. Yeah, that will lead into this next day pretty well. Friday, we were at Wiseman for the whole day, which is the first time we've been there for a whole day in a long time. The lunch was pretty good, which is what we expected. That's kind of what we saw last year, a pretty solid lunch. We did, I think, 1,100 during lunch until from 11 to 2. And then it was pretty slow the rest of the day. It's those Fridays of holiday weekends are among their slowest days there because everybody's heading out of town.
Yeah.
So we didn't expect much for dinner. I had an appointment with a sleep doctor because apparently I snore. I'm told there's rumors.
You don't snore, you breathe heavily.
Sure. It doesn't bother me.
Exactly.
I told Angie it sounds like a you problem, not a me problem. But,
She
Um,
says, "Sounds like a you need to go somewhere problem."
yeah. Anyway, so I had this lots of talk about sleep patterns and sleep habits, and apparently, me getting 4.5 to 5 hours a night is not acceptable.
Says who?
Says her, and her referring to my poor brain at least a half a dozen times during this appointment.
Well, hold on. We knew that. we knew
With
your poor brain.
the saddest inflection on the whole phrase, oh, your poor brain. Yeah, she says
That's
I
why I
need.
forget things all the time.
Yeah, yeah. It was when I said I have dozed off at a red light before that things got
Who
really
hasn't?
concerned. I think normal people.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like this whole questionnaire that we're doing. I'm answering her questions, and there's scores like 0 being not likely, 3 being the most likely, or it has happened.
is this a test that you're gonna fail?
Oh, I failed.
Oh
So
boy.
there was a top the highest bad score you could get was 24, and I scored a 17, which apparently is not good.
Can you send me that? Like, is it something you can forward?
No, so we did it verbally. It wasn't a pre
Okay.
thing. 17's not great,
No.
and that was with her giving me a 0 on the have you fallen asleep driving. She did not want to put 3, so I think I was more close to a 20. And I think she might have had to report me to like the Secretary of State or something. Yeah, like we need to get this guy off the road,
sir.
So yeah, she said any way you can, even if it's like a short nap or 2 during the day. I was like, I said I can't. There's not most days I can't go to bed earlier than I do, and it's like I get home 7:30, 8 o'clock or whatever. Get the kids to bed, or there's even if I'm home earlier than that, there's the school activities and the kid activities and the dinner and bedtime, and they go to bed at 8:30, and it's 9 o'clock. So now I have my hour to decompress. So bed at 10:15. If I'm asleep by 10:15, I get 5 hours. So yeah, it's 6 hours of sleep is like I don't even know how. So
I didn't know it was possible.
I have there's been days where I've been home for the day, like they're out working and I'm doing stuff here, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna set my alarm for an hour. I'm gonna lay down and try to sleep, and I wake up every 5 minutes in a panic.
Your mind doesn't stop.
Yeah, I'm in a panic that I overslept and I've missed something. So it's something we're working on, but definitely probably some of the issues, especially this year with scheduling, that I've had conversations and they haven't gotten to the proper calendars or some mix-ups on dates and stuff. So definitely probably contributing, plus all the other health issues that not getting enough sleep. Great. So we're working on it. I took a nap yesterday. Yep. And I had felt crappy the rest of the day and felt more tired.
Right. Yeah. You're hoping naps are going to be good, and they end up just being absolute shit.
Yeah. That's like I feel awful now. So why would I want to do this?
Yeah.
But yeah, then we get to Saturday. This was Rick's second to last day on the truck.
Oh, do we have an opening date for his own truck?
He's hoping by I think 3rd week ish of September.
Okay. What's he doing?
He's doing barbecue.
Oh boy.
Which is fine.
He's learned from the master.
We'll see. So we had
how retention works.
So we had the Hess Lake Poker Run on Saturday.
Yeah, that looked busy.
So it's a lot of times you see poker runs and it's people riding around motorcycles to different stops to collect whatever, blah blah blah. However those work. Since it's on a lake, everybody's in pontoon boats, so they dock at certain houses around the lake. It's a whole association thing that they do every year.
Cool.
And the final stop is where we were. They had 4 bands, huge fireworks show at 9:30. We were serviced from 5 to 8. So everybody that had a wristband was part of the tab. If they didn't have a wristband, they could still buy food. or if they wanted additional food, they could still. So we did about $3,000 in 2.5 hours.
Jesus.
Three of us. I forgot our folding table to have Chris set up outside, so all three of us were inside the truck. Rick, I love you. There was a couple times where I think he was a deer caught in the headlights type of thing with just the pacing, because he's not had any of those days with us. A busy hour would have been $600, $700 is what he's seen. Maybe he's done $1,000 hour. Definitely not $3,000 in 2.5 hours type of thing. Yeah, he was just handing out food. Yeah, I think he zoned out a couple times in wild amazement. Talked to him yesterday. So I'm glad to see you recovered and you came back for your another last day. He said, yeah. I said, I think I don't want to do any of those events. He says, I'm good with the $700-800 days, like the nice calm, we're going to do a couple $100 an hour type of thing. And because it's just, he's retired, or, it's just a little extra income for him. And he's like, yeah, he said, there's no way I could do that. Keep up with that. I mean, I had to give Chris a hard stop once because there was no more room. I couldn't read half the tickets because they were overlapped so much, and still had them hanging. The last one had 6 tickets on it, just hanging down.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he can take orders faster than I can make orders. And then we had people ordering together. So there was like a family that all had wristbands. So you get a 6 sandwich order. Jesus Christ. And then, yeah, he's just rocking through. So he can probably take 3 orders in the time I can make one, and you throw in a bigger order and it's like, fuck. Or it's an order where every sandwich is made just a little bit different. So you got to like really focus on it. Like you can't just go into autopilot on it.
I love the ones that are like, oh, I didn't notice that came with something because I didn't read it correctly.
Yep.
Can you please take that off after it's already made and ready to be handed out?
We had
Absolutely.
one guy grab somebody else's food.
Oh, because that fucking happens.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
But it's a really cool crowd. They've been drinking all day, but they're happy, friendly drunks. So yeah, they figured it out themselves. After we got to the next order and called the guy's name that already grabbed food, he's like, "Oh, that was mine. This wasn't mine." So they figured out who belonged to who, and they just kind of did their own swap. So, but it slows everything down because we're talking inside trying to figure out how to fix it. So yeah, that was our week. It was a good week. We finished the month solid. Like I said, we're going to talk about our August numbers and kind of September here in just a second. And we're going to take a quick little break here. Got to pay some bills. Is that what they say on the radio?
That's what they say on the radio.
We're basically that. 3 or 6, Skippy. 3 or 6.
Does it matter?
No, just pick one.
6.
Right. It's not playing. Oh, shoot. Hold on.
Fucking amateur operation.
Thank you, everybody.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the part 2 of the show. And those of you listening live, this is just weird, but it'll make sense for everybody on the recording. So,
yeah, we're just in the future.
Fucking dogs are still barking like crazy. They are out of their minds today. Had been for like the last week. Anyways, so yeah, it's September 2nd, man. How did August turn out for you?
I can't answer that. Worse than last year, but I was off for 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean.
So compared to last year, I'm down 27%.
August.
Okay. But if I wouldn't have gave up the business I did, I'd probably be higher. Like I think I'd still, yeah. So we finished with a little over 25 for in the basically what 3.5 weeks we were up. Hold on. Yeah, we'll call it 3.5 weeks that we were up. We did 25.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you did half a month, and we were only down to quarter.
Yeah, we did 34 last year. I would have loved to do 34 again, but catering really helped us out for sure. Had a lot of catering. Just this month, we had.
So, okay, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
My next question for you will be, where are you at now for the year? Because I know you
total
for the whole year, not just for barbecue season, but include your January and whatever you had. So
yeah,
for the whole year,
151.
You're up 151%.
Oh, so I apologize. No, I am down. No, I'm down 6%.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I looked at that. Let's change this year. Yes, I'm down 6.54%. I'm at 154 last year. This time I was at 160, almost 165. So down 10.
Okay. Not bad though. I mean, considering all things considered, not bad.
I mean, if all things were considered, then yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. You're doing better than some people would have done in that situation.
Catering was my was over a third of my business last year or last month. I had over almost 11,000 12,000 in catering. So for my little operation, that's not bad. So
yeah.
Almost half of my business last month was just strictly catering.
Sunday. Sorry. That's fucked. So I'm just looking at my last year, September. Just odd gaps. Anyways, cool. Yeah, we're up. Sorry, I got myself all kinds of distracted.
Just cool.
Cool. Can I do last month?
This month? You can do whatever you want.
I got to do it. Yeah, that's right. Let me pull that right number. So for the year, we are up. God damn it, 9.29%. Not bad. That's good. We So between, I can do custom. Why don't I just do custom and we'll call it good?
I don't know what you're doing.
So we're gonna do July through August. Oops.
Oh, fuck. We're doing July through August now?
I'm going to, yes. Through 8/31/24. All right. Because of for my reporting, because of those 3 catering jobs that paid a day early, so July 31st that were all in the first week of August, my numbers kind of got a little weird. So for the 2 months there, that 2 month span, we're up 11.5% over last year, which I will take. I'm glad to see that those 2 months are growing. But again, it's a whole lot of catering.
It took you 5 years.
Excuse me?
Nothing. Sorry, I cleared my throat. I apologize.
Fucker. Yeah, we did $91,620 in sales, July to August.
So I guess I'm not beating you this year.
Nope.
No, definitely not.
No, we're at 278 for the year right now.
Which is okay.
Yeah, I mean, of the main food truck season, May through September, July and August are still going to be our two slowest months.
So
Just like they are every year. It is what it is, and it's as long as they're growing and we're getting better at scheduling, it's the roadside and the hot summer days that kill us. Like we really struggle with roadside takes a dive. Everybody's on vacation, so lunches stay good, but dinner roadside is really what hurts us.
I had a chance. I had a chance to beat you in July and August sales, period. Just July and August sales. If you did 90-something thousand. So last year I did 73 between July and August.
I did 82 last year.
This year, I mean, I had festivals that were just going to just absolutely just be monsters. And they were monsters for everybody else, but I wasn't there. So, apologies, got a little close there. I am just between those 2 months, I'm down 53%.
Yeah.
And that hurts me. That hurts me right at my heartstrings. But what you gotta do? I didn't make an insurance claim. Probably could have made an insurance claim for lost wages, but whatever.
Probably could have.
I didn't.
I
did get an email that my insurance premium went down. That's good.
Nice.
Always what you like to see. But yeah, so we've got some big events in September that's hopefully going to make up for it, and yeah, we're gonna do okay.
Yeah, looking ahead at September, we did 42,000 last year, which good. It was a nice rebound from the previous 2 months. Here's the cool part. We have 10 catered events in the month of September, with a total of about $30,000. So in those 10 events taking place over 7 days, I think. So in the other 19 days that we're open, to hit what we did last year, we only need to do $11,000. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable with us beating last year, September.
How many catered events do you have?
10.
Oh, we tied. I have 10 for the month of September.
4 weddings, 6 Etna events.
Fuck you and your Etna events.
And all 4 of those weddings are in the same weekend.
You can't count Etna.
Why not?
Cause that's why. Cause
that's a good reason. When we
you should source them out to local companies.
Yeah, they tried that.
You should. You should.
I should not.
You should. Best.
Sure. You want to do the one in Jackson next year?
Be happy to.
I will collect a 50% finder's fee.
That's not cool. That's not cool. I didn't collect a finder's fee with the thing I gave you.
You didn't ask.
I wasn't expecting it. It's been nice. Gave you the easiest $2,400 you ever made.
I don't know about the easiest, but it wasn't bad.
It was as close to the easiest as you've ever gotten.
We've had a couple of those where, yeah.
We're expecting 3,000 people. Oh, how about the 50 that showed up? Yeah.
And we've had some of those. It's like, oof.
Yeah.
I could have made a whole lot less food. Made a little bit more money. Yeah. So looking forward to that.
We're going to be good. We have events. Fridays are hard for me this month, though. I have the 20th and the 27th open. And I'm not sure what to do. I've been looking online to see if I could find anything that, might be available, like festivals or something like that around the area. And really nothing.
Yeah, our calendar for September is it's a busy month. Which is good. It's nice to have that, and we got a couple festivals in there too. or a festival in there. A couple subdivisions that are doing neighborhood parties that are organized parties that we're going to be at, which are going to be good nights. One of those is this weekend.
Oh, I have 11, not 10. Sorry. The 17th of September I've got two the same day. Sorry.
Okay.
Still not as good as your bullshit.
We do have another. We're at Binder Park Zoo this month too. For their,
I hope that goes well for you.
I hope so too.
I really do. It's a good drive for you. So, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. Hopefully the money's there. Yeah.
I understand if it's because it's a fundraising event, from what I understand, right?
Yeah.
So I've been told that people come out for it, like for fundraisers.
Oh yeah, I think there'll definitely be the people. Yeah. Hopefully they're eating at our truck. It's hard to. I have a hard time planning for those ones. Like, how much food do we cook?
Yeah.
Like I'll ask her for number of tickets sold type of thing ahead of time, just to try to guess that way. But what's our? I think 3 trucks. I think they're doing 3 trucks.
Are you educating any of your private events, like this type of private event, not like a wedding or anything like that, on the difference between a barbecue truck and everybody else as far as cooking goes?
How do you mean?
So I have a brewery next month, local downtown, that invited us out to cook for their 3rd anniversary party.
Okay.
They've got like 6 stages. I mean, it's a bash, right? And they want me out from like 3 to 11. And I said, okay. So, I mean, I can cook. Like, if they want you from 3 to 11, are you just blindly cooking as much food as possible? If you're the only food vendor plus their limited menu kitchen?
No.
So if you're popular enough to sell out in like 5 hours versus the 8 that they want you there, do you let them know that says, hey, I can only cook so much food?
Yeah.
If I'm out, I'm out.
Yeah. I try to, especially people that aren't familiar with us. Like, yeah, we'll have those conversations, and I think, what do they expect from you?
Yeah. Exactly.
Do they want to make sure that you have enough food to go the 8 hours? And if so, then we're going to talk about them paying us to cover the cost of the food. Yeah. If it's slower than expected. So it all comes back to what we've talked about before, an acceptable loss. What's my best guess, and what am I willing to throw away at the end of the day?
Yeah. And
it's all a guess. And that's what, I mean, conversations that have to happen with them, and an understanding of that. It's like, I don't reuse any of the food. So what's going to happen if I way overcook for what you are telling me is going to be a huge event?
Yeah, then I'm selling it to you, and you're going to serve it in your kitchen.
Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, yeah. But
whatever you do with it after me, I don't care.
I'll cut you a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's always hard. That kind of thing.
I've just been finding myself telling people, like, hey, like, I know you say you're expecting 3,000 people, and I appreciate being the only food vendor there, but 300 are going to eat probably. And,
yeah.
And I'll, and that's just how it goes. So,
yeah, I mean,
I can't just throw another. I can go get some burgers and throw them on the smoker for a half hour, but
we've done that. I mean, too, before we're kind of, for our special, we'll do hot dogs type of thing for something like that, where you're going to stem some of the picky eaters that are just going to get a hot dog and ketchup, and you can throw more of those on, and they'll be ready in a half an hour type of thing. So, I mean, but yeah, so for the poker run that we did, I mean, they sold 425 tickets is what they were expecting. They said 100 of those people are going to be too drunk to eat or forget to eat.
Fair enough.
I said, okay. so we're down to 300 between 2 trucks. We collected 199 wristbands. Okay. So I'm not sure what the other truck collected. I didn't ask.
What kind of truck was the other truck?
A little bit of everything kind of thing. They were doing smash burgers and brats. So he said they did 150 smash burgers plus a whole bunch of sausage. So I guess he was probably close to the same too.
So at the end of the night or the end of the day, if he's selling 420 wristbands, there's 2 trucks. How many are you cooking for?
So we had 200 servings ish. I wanted to be closer to 300. Pork butts shrunk up a little bit. We didn't get as much out of them as I thought, and I didn't make enough brisket. So yeah, we ran out about 15 minutes early. We probably could have done another $300 in sales
just with what you didn't have.
Yeah, just based on people coming up.
How many half
like
pounds mac and cheese?
16. And they made it. So we were selling 5 to 8. Mac and cheese was gone probably 7:15.
Wow.
And that's out of boats, so we're getting a little bit better yield out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we were a little bit lighter on portions than I wanted to be going in. But yeah, we made it to 7:45. But we had people then coming back up, or people that didn't buy wristbands that just wanted to buy food. It was like 5-6 sandwiches, 5-6 sandwich orders for these people. It's like, fuck.
They didn't realize how many drunk people they had with them.
Yeah.
That didn't buy. And yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we could have easily done another couple $100s in straight sales afterwards. And the guys that organized it were super impressed and super happy. And they wanted us, they said, so next year you guys can plug in right over there. We got a plug ready for you guys. So I was like, so we're invited back. Got it. We'll put it on my calendar.
Thanks for telling me now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, he had texted me. He's like, "Are you guys good on power? Do you have like a generator?" I was like, "Yeah, we're good." Didn't mention that there was a plug that we could probably plug into. Otherwise, I would have.
Does that mean good? Like I need to run it? Or does that mean good? Like you got power for me?
Yeah. So I mean, they had a stage and bands and stuff. So I didn't know if they had a generator that they were renting for the day type of thing, and wanted to make sure they had. But he was like, "Yeah, the budget for this thing's like $28,000." Like, just.
Okay.
So my minimum.
Yeah, exactly. Did you have a minimum?
Yeah. Yeah, we told him 22. We had no doubt that we were going to be well above it. But
yeah,
we
he
told him
balk at it at all, or he said, "Nope, we're good."
Nope, sounds good. So yeah, both trucks, us and the other guy, we both told him 2,200 minimum. So final tab ended up being almost 2,900. So, which is still lower than that's about where I thought, because you figure about $1,500 or $15 a person with a sandwich inside type of thing. So you're right about there. So we were letting them do, and we imposed a limit on what they could order.
Yep.
So we did a sandwich and a side, or a loaded mac, or a cowboy beans, one or the other. So
I can tell you that the barbecue Sunday has been probably one of the more popular things we've ever put on the menu now.
Doesn't surprise me. A lot of those trucks have them. I think people.
But I originally started putting it in a 16-ounce deli container, the clear container.
Yep.
Because I really don't like the parfait cups. I think that's so cheesy as shit. No offense to Mike and Denise Robinson, but they're just cheesy as shit, and they're also very expensive. So I put it.
And you got to get. Do you have to get the longer forks too?
Yes.
To be able to reach down. Yeah.
Yeah. If you do that, you got to get like the.
And then it's a specialty cutlery item, so those cost more. Yep.
So I was using the 16-ounce deli containers, just doing a scoop of beans, scoop of mac, a handful of pork, and then top it with coleslaw, and threw some pickles in there, like as a garnish. And it's so good. And of course, at the campground, I was looking at my 16-ounce containers in my trailer and saying, "Hey, you got to grab another sleeve of those." Of course, I did not grab another sleeve of those. So I went through the ones, but I ended up taking a hamburger container and just cutting the top off.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, it looked better. Like it really did look better. It was. I don't like I don't like the ones made with mashed potatoes. I'm not a big mashed potato fan. So, and I think it's almost hard to. I think it's almost too starchy, depending on what all you put on there. Yeah. So I did a layer of beans, layer of mac, and people were Instagramming it. I have actually a lot of Instagram posts from it. I was telling people if they got it for the campground, take it to every, make sure you show it to every campsite on the way back. He's like, I'll make them smell it, I swear.
You?
I know, right? But it's like, I think it was, so for fairs and festivals and stuff like that, I'll put that on the menu because mine's easier to make. It's faster to make. And I upcharged it. I did $2 extra if you want a brisket. So it was 12 and 14 for basically 16 ounces, sometimes even more of food. It's a little over a pound of food. So I thought it was a pretty good deal.
Yeah. So yeah, back to this binder park, the corks and kegs thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
So 2 to 7 is our service time. The zoo is closed to the public, so they can host 1,500 plus guests.
Okay.
Have to be there between 12 and 1. Let's see if I can figure out. Good afternoon.
Ooh, look at those tickets prices.
How much are they?
So for general, 65.
Okay.
For general DD, I assume that's like you're the designated driver.
Mm-hmm.
It's 25. VIP tickets 100, and VIP DD is 50.
Okay.
Let's see what each ticket includes. All ticket includes zoo admission, corks and kegs tasting cup, a ropes course access, thrilling animal encounters, excellent live entertainment, silent auction, wine pull, food truck options for purchase, and more wild fun. A DD ticket or designated driver tickets for guests still 21 plus who will not be drinking. They still get a tasting cup though.
It's a souvenir. So they said they're hoping to have 1,500 to 2,000 this year. Second year in the full zoo format. In previous years, they only had one side of the zoo open, but they opened it up last year. 45 beer and wine vendors and 4 food trucks is what they're shooting for.
Wow.
So so you figure 4 trucks, 2,000 people, like we're going to try to have food for 500.
So here's the thing that I don't like, and it has to do with you guys. So the VIP experience benefits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Exclusive VIP area access 2 to 5. Unlimited specialty pours. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Unlimited ropes course access.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious exclusive bites. Does that mean they have it catered?
There was an option. Hold on, let me look at my. Include reminders. There was something like there was an option for us to sign up for that. I think.
Okay.
To be able to provide that to kind of highlight the business a little bit more. But yeah, we didn't sign up for any of the extra stuff.
Okay.
Like they had options for raffle items or to be part of, a group of raffle items and stuff like that. Like we did none of that this year. So maybe next year we do. Just want to kind of get in and get our feel for the event before we do extra stuff for it.
Special headline performance by the Matt Gerard Band.
Oh, Matt Gerard. He was an American Idol guy, right?
I assume so.
I think so, yeah.
Opening performance by the Erica Sherry Band.
Never heard of her.
Well, it should be fun.
So yeah, I will touch base with them and figure out where they're at with how many trucks they have.
Yeah.
Final number, but yeah, we'll go in trying to feed 500.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess why 500 when there's 4 trucks and 2,000 people?
That would be a quarter, wouldn't
it? Yeah, but wouldn't you start off with like? Not all people are going to eat, right?
I don't think that's the case at an event like this. I think people are going with the expectation to both drink and eat.
Okay.
I mean, when you go to a large event like that, where you're, like if you go to a beer festival, you're not pre-eating.
No, you have to soak up your alcohol.
You're going to spend a lot of time there. You're going to eat and drink while you're there. So I think that whole half aren't going to eat thing.
Yeah.
I don't think applies to an event of this type.
Huh.
So.
Okay.
And when she sent me that email a month and a half ago, when she booked us,
yeah,
they had a pizza truck booked and us booked. So already we're going to be faster than a pizza truck.
Absolutely. Well, unless the pizza truck does slices.
Yeah. So I think it's another one where speed will help a little bit and get food out as fast as we can, type of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, we're going to go and try to serve 500. It's an event that I don't want to be short on.
No, I get it for sure. No, I'm with you.
So
yeah, I mean, 5 hours. That's $1,000 an hour, or
100 people an hour. Yeah, which we can do. I mean, we're busting ass, but we can do it.
100 people an hour at $15 a person. I mean, you're talking $1,500 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good chunk of change.
So back to we're going to make sure that we have enough food that we're going to be able to maximize the potential, and it's costing us $250 to be there. So
okay, I mean that's already
So if we can do a $5,000 day out of it, that would be our busiest day. Roadsider festival, probably.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I mean,
it's awesome.
Doing $1,500 an hour is a $7,500 day.
For sure.
We've only planned one of those ever and threw away 90% of the food.
When you do your Grand Rapids Food Truck Association, like Food Truck Fridays, how much is that? What's the fee?
I think it was $100 this year per.
Okay.
And they upped it this year because of they had to go to full event status with the city of Grand Rapids this year, so the license costs more.
How far are you away from restaurants?
Oh, a ways.
Okay, all right. So
we're pretty far north of downtown Grand Rapids.
Okay. We're trying to. Our downtown DDA lady, she's from Lansing, but she's working here, and she's honestly, I think, way in over her head, but that's beside the point. We came up with an idea is instead of doing Food Truck Tuesdays, which is from like 11 to 1, we wanted to do like, let's say 1 day a month, we do Food Truck all day and do 11 to 2 and then shut down for a couple hours and then come back for dinner service.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she said she compromised and allowed us to do it from 11 to 3. Can I tell you from 2 to 3, it's dead? Like just absolutely dead.
That's shocking. I would have thought that would have been your busiest hour.
My gosh. So she emailed one of our. Sorry, this is completely off topic from what you were just talking about. I apologize.
No, it's okay.
Scroll moments. She emailed one of our, Tiki Sam, who we had on a podcast, about how somehow this event series, the DDA is in the hole $12,000 just from this series. And I'm like, you up the price from $50 to $75 this year. So to quote unquote upgrade the electrical system, which I can tell you has never not been touched, but yet you're in the hole $3,000 or $12,000. How are you in the hole?
Yeah.
And my guess is they have the parks department come and pick up the area, and if they don't get done by a certain time, like I think they work for the parks department from like 7 to 3, and if they ain't done by 3, then they're charging them overtime. But anyway, so I'm trying to come up with an idea of like, okay, charge us maybe $100 and do food truck all day, instead of 75 or maybe.
So I know Alan, who runs the Food Truck Friday. He has a small army of volunteers that go through afterwards and make sure the park is picked up. They do all the setup for the snow fence and all the barriers and stuff and all the signage and stuff. They handle all of that. They pay for the porta potties, cleaning, the trash cans, the trash removal. They pay for all of that. The parks department does not. So really, I think the only cost that they have is for the stupid event licensing in
Yeah,
the city of Grand Rapids,
makes sense.
and maybe a small fee to reserve the park.
To
Maybe,
grease the palms of the politicians.
which
Probably.
Grand Rapids is not too bad. They're getting progressively more progressive and forward thinking, and less stuck in, you know, the olden ways.
Yeah.
We see that based on food truck leniency more and more every year. We're allowed more spots, more times, not just for special events type of things anymore. And
Yeah.
you know, we have times and days that we can. And I'm still trying to get on that fucking list. But I'm officially a member of the Grand Rapids Food Truck Association, so hopefully that'll help. I know there are definitely some events that only members get pulled for. So,
Yeah.
and anytime that
Are you
associations reached out to for events and stuff for food trucks, it's the member list that gets pulled first. That doesn't help at all.
Please hold.
Okay.
I know we only have a couple minutes left, but are you a member of any chamber of commerce?
No.
Do you find
Yes.
is there a reason
that I'm not?
Yes.
Money.
Is there an acceptable amount of money that you would pay to be a part of a chamber of commerce?
$10.
Okay.
Most of them are looking. I mean, even because it hasn't been a big issue for us as far as we know yet until this year. I know we definitely got overlooked for an event because they went with chamber members first,
Yeah.
and that's in Newaygo. And they have and they even have yeah, and they have a partial year membership. It's $75 still.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's ROI for me. What is the return really worth it?
What are you doing? What's in it for me? Yeah.
Yeah. I know that and this might be the biggest factor for me, is that they will, excuse me, they'll promote on their Facebook page when we're in town. So the other Newaygo Facebook groups, I can't. Those posts aren't allowed. So on the official Newaygo Chamber event or page, they'll share our posts and stuff.
Is there an acceptable is there acceptable dollar amount for a fee that you would pay to be part of an event?
No, there's not any like line that I'm going to draw. Okay. Because there's so many factors that go along with the amount that I'm looking at.
So last year we talked about an event that's actually next. No, actually it was beginning of August, called Milford Memories.
Mm-hmm.
And they draw over 250,000 people.
Okay.
And minimally, they want 2,500 for the weekend. But just the amount of people it draws, like I don't. If I cut that check, I know I would vomit, and I'd be scared the whole time. Like, could I cook enough food? Do I just cook and hope for the best?
See, that's what you got to figure out. So you have your $2,500. So you're $1,250 a day, or is it 3 days? So divide it by the number of days, and then you got to figure out what you have to cook to break even. Okay.
So it's a 3-day festival. I apologize. 3 days.
Okay. So you're $800 a day,
give or take. Yes.
Okay. So what's it going to cost, or how? What's the minimum you have to do to break even for the event then?
Assuming I cook the same amount of, we'll call it the same amount of food each day, the maximum amount that I can cook.
Sure.
So let's say a case of each meat and 20
pounds. I'd be way above that. I mean, you almost have to be. You're going to have your cabinet full and Cambros ready to go.
Yeah,
I mean, 8
the smoker to do it, but
so for me, 8 butts and 5 briskets, you're $3,500 for the day in sales. ish,
Yeah,
35 to 4,
I could
probably.
push it to 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm
So
assuming
it's
these are
like,
full days.
yeah, I think so.
So yeah, I bumped the pork up because it's cheaper, and you're gonna get a better return on it, and then leave the brisket where it's at. But so if you do so right there, you're at, let's say, $300 for the case of brisket. Let's say high end, you're 175 a case on the pork, so that's 350. So you're at 650 right there. You're at $1,400 just with meat and entry fee.
True.
So then throw in some labor, all your other supplies that you need. So you're probably $2,000.
$2,000. Call it 2,500 with travel for the day
Yep.
or
So
for a day.
all in for 2,500 a day. That's the
So-
minimum sales number you have to hit.
Yeah, so you'd have to hit double just to make it worthwhile.
So is it worthwhile for the extra headache, the stress, all those hours extra that you're gonna have to work to prep for that?
Probably not.
You know,
No.
to where you could potentially do a different event, do $2,500 in sales, and clear the 1,000.
Yeah, not have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense.
that's kind of where I kind of work through those entry fees. Like, am I going to have to work so unbelievably hard just to clear a decent payday for what the amount I worked? Where
Yeah.
we can do something different. We'll have a smaller sales number and a smaller net number, but everybody's happier, you know. Like,
So
yeah,
Friday was a 5 to basically the festival is open from 8 to midnight. Every day is open from 8 to midnight.
8 a.m. to midnight.
Yeah,
Oh, F that, man.
that's crazy.
It's kind of like the Indy 500 event that we were talking about.
Yeah,
You know, yeah, you did 10 grand in sales. You only made 1,000.
true. Yeah,
So it's one of those things. Like,
because we also have we have something like this, but we also have the pig and whiskey, which is a big barbecue event. Um,
I tell you, man, cooking that much food is so stressful and so hard, and to keep everything at peak temperature,
yeah,
it's all a lot. And the Irish Ionia event that we did, that we thought we could do a $8,000-9,000 day. I mean, I think we had 5 Cambros full of meat, plus the
Okay.
cabinet, plus the smoker, all had meat on them and food on them to keep stuff hot.
So
And-
here were some of the food vendors for this past event. You familiar with Island Noodles?
Vaguely, maybe.
Okay. Kona Ice was obviously
Mhm.
there. Prime Barbecue Smokehouse Barbecue. I don't know who they are. Yeah, so those were all the food trucks. So those half of these ones I've never even heard of. So pasta, there was 2 pasta trucks. There was Island Noodles, and then there was Pasta Nudes. Fruit skewers, bubble tea, lemonade, stuffed pizza, French bread pizza, donuts, burgers and fries, Asian grill, different twist pretzel. They had really nothing that was like, yeah, I don't know who they are. So I wouldn't have paid it. That's I guess where I was going with
Yeah,
this. I wouldn't have paid it.
Yeah,
It wouldn't.
I think part of me is just the string of bad luck we had with events from about mid-year last year through Irish Ionia, which was the peak of bad. But yeah, trying to pull the trigger on any of these that are huge or have huge fees attached to them. I mean, I think the most I paid was, I think it was $1,500 for the Art of Food last year for that 3-day festival.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
And I probably lost $2,000 that weekend. So awesome.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm probably more gun shy than I should be on some of that stuff, but yeah, we'll keep plugging forward, keep trying things, and hopefully they hit. But I know we are going to start putting some earbuds in some of our vendor or some of our clients, and start reaching out to some festivals for next year, and try to get on some radars now. I think we're going to try to hit some weekends pretty hard next year with festivals especially through July, August. See if we can't bump those numbers even more. So even if there's small town stuff, like we love that stuff, I'm fine doing 20.
I love small town stuff.
I love doing a $2,500 day.
And most of the time it's like 5 hours.
Yeah, it's a very comfortable day. It's a nice pace, and it's cool, and everybody's happy, Yeah. So, yeah, we're really going to seek out that kind of stuff when we're not doing other catering. But yeah, catering for us this year, I can't wait to see what the final number is by the time we get done. But we are seeing a lot of requests for next year already for open houses and weddings. So where open houses this year kind of dipped for us. We did not do as many as we normally do. I'm not sure why, but it seems to be those requests are coming in pretty hot and heavy for next year. So at least for quotes. So
this year our catering has been we've done 44, almost 45,000 in catering. So if we're doing that's basically a quarter of our sales?
Probably almost a third.
A third of our sales has been catering.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, in all fairness, it's fucking absolutely amazing.
So
last year we were at 60.
I can't just pull.
000.
Did they fix that so you can pull what?
Yeah, if you go to your reports, you go to category sales. Because I have catering under a category under a certain category.
Oh, yeah, I do not.
I think you can look at you can go to invoices and look at all your paid invoices.
But I know, but it doesn't give you a total. You have to add them up yourself.
Oh, well, should have done the other way.
Should have done it the other way.
Should just have categories. I have a lot of categories.
Okay.
Oh, no. You can... Well, that says past 30 days.
Yeah.
I'm up 2,000. I'm up 2,100% month over month for catering.
Yeah, I wish that is a report I would like to see better.
Paid all time.
Let's see if I can find it in custom. We're a little bit over, and sorry guys, we're going to be in the weeds here just for a second, but yeah, I have never been able to figure out how to do it without just like exporting it to a CSV file and then doing it that way. But now I'm curious, so I want to go look.
Right.
Since you pulled it.
I'll try.
To end this. Because all of my streams are starting to slow down all my other stuff. Okay. There. Okay. So reports. Custom. Oh, wait. No. I want outstanding.
Yeah, and that's awesome. So I wouldn't do reports. I would
you can't change anything there. It's so stupid.
Yeah, this is just outstanding invoices.
Yeah. So let's go to invoices, and I go filter, and I go paid, and I go date, and I go this year. And then it would be so handy just at the bottom of this list just to put a total. How hard would that be?
It's so hard. It's just so hard.
All right, let's look here. I'm gonna go there. Oops, I gotta go into file, open, recent. Nope. Upload, browse, invoices, go from Excel to Google Sheets and then figure out what doesn't work, right?
Why don't you just keep it in Excel? Why do you got to
'Cause I don't have Excel.
Oh.
I don't have Office.
Oh.
I'm not going to pay for that when I have it.
I didn't pay for it either. It came with my when I worked at a different company. I was able to buy it for like $10. It's fucking great.
All right, it said it fucking file new spreadsheet. Thank you. I don't know where that opened, but it wasn't anywhere where it's supposed to.
I tell this person as you're doing that, hi Bert, what time do you plan on being at the venue for setup for the wedding? I said I have you down for service at 4 p.m. so I'll be there to set up by 3. Dinner is at 5. Will that work? I said yes, that works. Will you have to adjust your arrival time if dinner is at 5? Like, well, if I said I had dinner at 4, then yeah, I'm going to. Thanks though.
All right, so for total so far this year, that doesn't look like all of them. That can't be all of them.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Invoice date, invoice token, last payment date. So it looks like it's doing it by then. But where are the last two? My last two Aetnas. Well, according to this, so we'll take this for what it is.
He's got $1,222.
$87,292.
I hate
you. Skippy, that's just not nice. You do not hate me.
Sorry,
envy maybe.
I dislike you with a passion. Is that better?
So let's see what that is of my total for the year. Conversely, though, so I'm up in net sales are up. Average net sale is up 12.25% over last year, which is awesome. My transactions are down again. So this is back-to-back years that we're looking at down transactions of almost 2%. But we're catering a whole lot more, so I know that has a huge effect on it. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Let me get my calculator here. So clear. So we go, how do we do this? 87,292 divided by 278,313. So 31%. That's where we're at for our catering percentage. I wouldn't mind getting that a little bit higher.
Get a brick and mortar and you will.
Yeah, I know. Wouldn't that be nice? I think, yeah, well, that'll bump up a little bit this week. Also, I didn't do an invoice for the poker run. So really that $2,800 that puts us right at 90.
Yeah.
So
we didn't do that either.
Yeah. So that should be on this, and it's not. But so yeah, 90 in catered stuff so far, with another at least I think 30-ish in September, and then we still have. I don't know what we have in October. I don't think we have much for catered events. Oh, that's my calendar. Where'd my calendar go? Oh, there's my calendar. Let's see. Man, we're running long. We got to get off the air.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here stewing in my contempt.
I have to do my my thing.
Are you working this week or tomorrow?
No. Yes, I am.
Okay.
I have to go shopping.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you get to it. Thank you, everybody, for listening in and enjoying this show.
We love all of our listeners. Just
We
so
do.
you know.
We look forward to being back next week on
Except for Jason Scanlon.
Next week, Monday, should be 9 o'clock again. It should be a great show after a very busy week for both Skippy and I. Everybody enjoy your Labor Day. I hope you all had a great holiday weekend. And here to better weather this week. And it was 45 degrees when I woke up this morning outside. And we have a high of 62 on Saturday projected. So
it is currently 59 according to my phone. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
Have an awesome day, everybody.
You too.
Awesome week.
Bye, everybody.